Good afternoon, Dizzor back again with another episode of DT Sports. Coming at you again, playing franchise football from CBS Sports, along with some NFL games in a different studio today, so I'm sure I'm catching a little bit of echo. This is not a good recording room. I do have a very nice computer today, however, so we're going to just kind of power through this real fast. Just to kind of get on with my day. And so, what we're going to be hitting today are the Vikings and the Colts, the Rams and the Eagles, and the 49ers and Jets, the next three games up on the docket. And I think that might round off our morning games from week two. So, our first pick for the day was the Vikings. I thought they were going to comfortably cover that 2.5 point spread, and they weren't even close. They weren't really in the game, and that's kind of the Vikings. The Vikings might be underperforming a little bit this first few weeks. I don't know. They lost a lot of big veteran players trying to rebuild a little bit. They do definitely have some star caliber built in place, and that defense is still pretty mean. So, kind of wanted to see where that was going to come out. Got a guilty back feeling for the Vikings as we're kind of going back through the recap. Not a lot going on in this game. The Vikings started off with a field goal, and if you guys think we do need a field goal prize wheel, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, we're going to just kind of keep moving on. It was the fourth quarter before the Vikings put up their first touchdown. They were down 28-3, kind of well out of the game with 5:20 left when Dalvin Cook finally got in for a 3-yard run. A little bit of a garbage town touchdown, but that is the only touchdown the Vikings had for the day. So let's get in there and spin that prize wheel a little bit. We're going to get to open up a Series 2 pack. Kind of just hitting a light start for the day. That's nothing to get too underexcited about, but we got to fill in that data. And again, that's what we're doing. We love this game because there is lots of data, and so we want to go back and fill in as much as we can, just for the sake of completeness, really. But at the same time, these guards might come in handy. Kind of when we're talking, the Broncos event teams that might come around, we might need some guards to fill up a little spot. Anything that you can get over those little initial 2.2, kind of not really with it, guys. This is definitely kind of what you really want to get. And so, definitely happy to go fill those in. And again, those will kind of help progress us towards getting those kind of faux ultimates unlocked, and those are definitely good players to have in the early going. They definitely kind of help along with those events. Sneaky little event players to build in, high cost though to get those out. So we want to keep picking away at those the best we can. From there, I guess that we can see that the Vikings lost the game, so we will not get to spin the fun, not quite loaded wheel, decide pick 'em prize winning wheel of. Oh, that's not good. There we go. We got it coming up. We do not get to spin the winning wheel. We did not pick the winning team according to the spread or the actual game. But we're going to move on to the Rams versus the Eagles. Rams, kind of in my mind, are a heavy favorite after the Eagles lost to the football team last week. Was definitely handy on that, and it looks like the Rams are definitely putting up some more touchdowns throughout the game, so we're just going to skim through that and jump right down. Tyler Higbee right off the bat caught a 4-yard touchdown pass, and so let's just go get another spin of the wheel in there. Ooh, and another Series 2 player pack. How about that? What an interesting start to the day. Filling in some guards. Another guard out of that pack as well. Those were kind of lagging behind our guards a little bit, but we did fill those in last night with some Series 5, so that's not too exciting. As you can see, at the end of the first quarter, Robert Woods got another 5-yard touchdown run, putting the Rams up 14-12, and guess what that means? Another spin of that touchdown wheel. Again, we're trying to move quick today and just kind of get on with our lives. As you can tell, I kind of feel a little bit quiet. I'm in a different studio space. It's a little bit more echoey. And a little bit more kind of people involved out in the world. We are at work right now using some fantastic equipment, and so it is kind of a little bit easier to see everything now that I have appropriate monitors. Moving on to the second quarter, Tyler Higbee did put up a 3-yard, another touchdown pass. from Jared Goff, and that put up the Eagles 21-3. Eagles answered back with a couple more touchdowns, and we went into halftime at 21-6. But that Tyler Higbee touchdown is worth one more play pack. We're gonna open up a defensive play pack, and so Tyler Higbee, your touchdown efforts were worth an inside linebacker 2-run blitz. Coming out of that 3-4. Second quarter moved on, and we're just keep trudging along. Field goal was the only score by the Rams, and that we don't have a field goal wheel. And so if you guys are really interested, please leave a comment below. I can come up with stuff to fill that in, just to get more prizes, to get more dopamine, to get more spins, just riding this out. The end of the game, Rams did put up 2 more touchdowns. Tyler Higbee 28-yard touchdown pass, and a Darrell Henderson 2-yard run. So we're just going to get 2 more play packs, 2 more spins on that wheel coming out real quick. We don't know what it's going to come out. We're going to start with an exhibition game. We got those exhibition games in here just in case we need to keep those caches stocked. Every time we go out and buy a defensive play, that uses a little cash. Offensive play, most of those player packs are going to use cash, so we got to keep those cash reserves stocked and sneak in a few exhibition games here and there. And we will keep track of the rate of the cash payback on those just for you. And we pulled a 5-1. That is a low rate. After last night, we did have some good rates. 1 more touchdown pass for Darrell Henderson, and that's going to get us another 5 exhibition games. We're going to go ahead and jump in here and purchase that 25 pack for $250. RP. Again, this is the best deal if you're trying to turn your dollars into cash, to go out and buy that big RP sale and then play some exhibition games. And so here we are. We're going to throw in 5 more exhibition games and just kind of move us along. 1, 2 cash coming out of that one. We'll jot that down to keep track of that for later. And I didn't even get into that season, did I? I did all that work, and I didn't even completely forgot about it. Maybe we won't need it. But that did end the Rams game. The Rams did finish up 37-19, and so what we want to do is go over, and we're going to get to spin that big winning prize wheel for winning that pick, and we get a limited edition collect. And I do not know why that did not update. I removed those from the board last night, and so I'm going to jump out here kind of on the side and be a little upset by that, because I do not have my weights out here to fix this. And so this isn't even updated for a while. This is a way old one. What the heck is going on, dude? Is this even a legit one? This is not legit either. Huh. Well, no wonder we're getting so many Series 2 packs. How unprofessional is that? See, this is what we get for trying to adapt this out. I can't believe these things did not save my update. We'll decide that is a big negative for you guys. I've changed these things multiple times since then. I don't need to save as a new wheel, modify wheel. It should be an automatic update if you go back in and you save those wheels. How is that not? Or at least give me a save button. You don't need a save as new wheel. Why wouldn't I just save it as the same wheel? Come on, guys. That's ridiculous. Alright, well, let's just try this again. I don't know what we're going to do. We're certainly not going to improve much plays. We're going to get an overabundance of season passes. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to go back and call that last LE a Series 5 pack. They are kind of the dominant pack on the board right now. And we're just going to be a little leery of kind of what might come up again. Where we're going to go from here, I don't know, but we are going to add Patrick Peterson as a corner to the special edition players, and these aren't in any particular order at the moment. I gotta figure out what set he's in. That's how I got these arranged right now. He's in the burner set. So we're gonna come over here and add Patrick Peterson real quick, and the LEs or the special editions are not fitting on the screen. Just a little mental note. Not that we're going to keep this up long term. The long term goal is to replace the data entering with all the data in a Tableau viz. But again, I don't have all that data yet. So if you have been working hard on this game as well and have collected up a bunch of data, please send it over my way. My contact info is all down below in the description. So choose your favorite method to get a hold of me, and I will patch that in because we want to get more data in there and do what us data nerds do. So sorry for the little miscommunication there, or the mishaps. Just making a little adjustment. We're still pretty early into this, so let's get a little on to the next game, which was 49ers against the Jets. And yeah, that 49ers will comfortably just hammer the Jets. And the Jets just look ugly, as the Jets tend to do. And so what we got here is that the game started off with a Raheem Mostert 80-yard run off of, and that's kind of how we start the game. You know, big touchdown run for the 49ers gets us a spin of that wheel. Again, this is going to be downplayed, and we got limited editions in there, so we're going to go in and call that a Series 5 player because this wheel is also Series 5 dominant now, and it just didn't get updated. Can't believe I didn't notice that right off the bat. But Joe Thomas, Series 5 is kind of what we need right now. And so where is Joe Thomas going to be in those special edition cards? Under the leader. And so we're going to sneak that Joe Thomas in there if we can find him. He's already in there. Oh, look at that. But he is owned. Now, how fantastic. I do have some of these in there from a previous attempt a couple years back to collect some of this information. But I don't know if some of those numbers are correct. They might have some experience in there, and so we do need base level information. We don't want any boosts into those yet, so that we can compare base level players, assuming that they can grow approximately the same amount. Going into halftime, 49ers did score 2 more touchdowns. First, a Jordan Reed 18-yard pass, and that is worth 1 Series 3 plaque. So that's not even, we're going to jump over here to the player packs, and that is a RP one. And we need to get back to our base players probably, most likely, maybe not. Maybe we'll keep pulling the special editions. And so jumping on down to Series 3 tight end, I don't think you're going to make the team. I think that's kind of a pretty standard thing at this go, that a lot of these guys are just not quite up there. We have pulled quite a few Season 5 or Series 5 players at this time, so we're not quite seeing as many of those out. And 1 offensive play pack. So let's get in there and snatch that up. Jet sweep right. Not too exciting. 49ers went into the halftime leading 21-3. Came out with another field goal. And in the end of the third quarter, they were still holding a nice 24-6 lead as the Jets weren't doing much. McKinnon scored 1 more 16-yard touchdown run. That's going to get us another spin of that prize wheel. And that is going to be worth a Series 3 player pack. Again, this is a little misweighted. Sorry, I did not know the touchdown wheel would not update when I updated it. It did not update that save. So trying to get it onto it from a different account on my internet did not work because the save was not legit. That's kind of a thing to be concerned about. I gotta keep an extra mind on that thing to make sure that those wheels are gonna transfer properly if I ever have to come back in here again during the day, and I suspect I will because this is a pretty busy shoot schedule, but we're gonna figure it out nonetheless. Earl Thomas not making the team either, just filling in some SE guys. This is kind of a nice thing to actually pick up a few of those guys to make sure that we're kind of rounding out those SE guys, because those will fill the ultimates later on. We need those to collect our ultimates, and at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. We're trying to get those ultimates. We're playing the end game right now. The 49ers big 31-13 win did cover that spread, so we did get the win on the pick'em, and we're going to use 1 season pass, and that means we got to jump in here real quick and end our previous season. Season ready to complete. I missed the playoffs at 10-6. Oh, and I could have got those right away. I should have been paying attention. So let me just grab a couple screenshots as that's how we do this. We're gonna save that out. We need to create a little new folder that we will be kind of trying to update these to. Oh, we want that on the desktop. What's going on here? To be able to kind of save these, make sure that we keep in track of those team records down the line. And something fancy we want to do is we want to be able to take all of the player stats that are sitting in here, and we'll use a little text reading from the screen, machine learning kind of ideas, and then we'll get that back out into some readable records so we can track progress kind of as we grow and see how the performance improves. We only got 1 out of 5 of those, and then it looks like we missed the playoffs. That is kind of sad. Really, at 10-6, missing the playoffs. Somebody did finish 11-5, and that's kind of why you can't let these seasons go idle themselves away on their own. Nonetheless, given how much time I'm putting into this game from the videos, I'm going to tend to do that at this juncture, just to kind of keep the videos shorter and to keep my life flowing, because I'm trying to build other things outside the games. I'm not just doing the videos, and so it's a lot of challenges, a lot of moving pieces, and so we get to use that season pass. So we're just gonna pound through this thing as quickly as possible. um, mm, Yeah, because the video is starting to pull on a little long. This is definitely shorter than most of them, but this is the goal, is to try to keep these under 20 minutes because, yeah, there's a limited amount of like what you really want me, how much you want to watch me to play this. You're ready to get that, you know, Tableau viz going. You're ready to see what I can do with all this data wrangled and organized, and I should probably really be paying attention to what my quests are, given I already missed them one time. We are comfortably getting these wins. I think that's certainly a big way, is to get those 2 or 3 extra games in the playoffs. And definitely when you have an 18 game season or a 19 game season, that's going to put up more numbers than a 16 game season, and I'm not too worried. I think between the 4,000 yards, winning the division, and putting up some touchdowns, we should be pretty alright if I'm the one in here pushing the button. We're not going to let you kind of watch how all these come out. I'm really going to pound this thing through quick. Um, Filling some dead space. Tomorrow up, we got 2 videos coming up. Again, I'm trying to shoot around the natural season flow of CBS Franchise Football, which is 3 games in 3 seasons in 2 days. Every once in a while, we will end up with one of these season passes coming out and boosting what we do, and sort of pushing us along through a little bit quicker, which will tend to get us 2 seasons, maybe some extra seasons in the game. That is kind of the goal, is to get your guys' support to come out here and help us, and the support of all these NFL touchdowns to get us through to showdown mode, to unlock the legends. This is a long-term game for those of anybody that's kind of just coming into this. It is a very long-term commitment, years to get to the ultimates, especially, I mean, just to get to the top. And I mean, when you can consider that the ultimate level is 450, or Legend 5, Legend 10. Legend 10 comes out level 450, and we are currently level 20. If we're playing 3 seasons in 2 days, it's gonna take about a year to get there, assuming we get through it every time. And when you're building your team at random and kind of trying to hoard those supplies, not using them most efficiently, it might take a little longer, because until we get some support going and can get more aggressive with these prize wheels, really, it's going to be a pretty tough sort of situation to really get ahead when we're building the team at random. It's easy to build some nice choices, but you know, if we're at a place where I think we're pretty happy with Series 5, but if we go back and tomorrow we have to draw a lot of Series 5 packs out, it's going to use up supplies that could have been better spelt, later on in the game, whether it be on plays or playbooks, kind of still thin, um, or just on higher level players down the line. Playbook's definitely going to get expensive, but as we move along, maybe we'll be spending a little bit less cash on some of the player flow and definitely much more on playbook. And we'll have to make some adjustments to the prize wheel as that becomes more probably appropriate. In the meantime, right now, as I said, like the weights were all screwed up. I redesigned those wheels. Apparently, you have to save over the top of them as a new wheel every time. And those new wheels will not have the limited edition. We do not have any limited edition cards at the moment. It will be a couple weeks before those come back out. So the big goal for the weekend is to get the moments sort of weighted out and done and be able to add a few moment spaces to that big winning prize wheel. Moments probably not going to be added to the touchdown wheel. A little bit too common to be spending those legend coins. Trying to figure out some ways to keep the legends off of that in general, their limited editions off that prize wheel. But in the long run, maybe we'll find a way to get in there. Maybe we'll have enough cash and prizes and things going on that in support to just keep this thing going. That was a big 15-1 season. Again, that's going to get that division win, so we're going to comfortably have 4 out of 5. Don't have to worry too much about this rushing just yet. Eventually, I will build up the rushing game so that these things can kind of finish out as well. But right now, it's just getting through it. We just want to push, 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 because that's where we're at in the game. We're at no man's land, not doing much. It's still early, 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 so we want to get that push and get through as quick as possible to get those higher level players, to get into those showdown battles and be able to hold our own in our showdown league and get that extra sort of income of cards. It's going to be cards. This is going to be a big one. We're going to get all those ultimate cards and to really go out and get those additional season passes once we get all of our cards. And so that's definitely a place that's going to help keep us pushing hard, pushing forward. Let me just jump out to the browser again. We want to get those screenshots. We're going to snag those standings first to make sure that we can keep track of like yards gained, all of that, points scored, while we're doing a division, how we're doing on the home, and we're also going to take a screenshot of all of these stats here. I want to get that full page, and we're going to download that, and then our goal is down the line, hopefully we will be able to get those into some kind of image reader and flush those numbers out into a spreadsheet so that we can, make some more Tableau visits. Sorry for the quiet episode. Sorry for a little bit of the unprofessionality with our prize wheel today. But they're just kind of trying to keep to the schedule and learn how to, consistently make these posts. And so San Francisco 49ers season did come out as another big win. And I'm trying to wind that up a little soon. We got to open these packs. That's why we're here. Is we want to open card packs, even if only one card comes out of it. You got to think these things got a lot of bent corners, don't you? Anyway, we're just going to wind this up. We can see we got level 23 queued up, and that will be finishing up sometime in the middle of the night, and then we will see you on tomorrow morning, and that's going to be a Wednesday. We just got a series. No, that's a Series 5 pack. I was going to say, we just got a Series 4 pack out of a Series 5. That's not fair. That's an ultimate level 4 out of a Series 5 pack, and it's not the ultimate. It's the special edition to get the ultimate. And where's our Derek Brooks? Derek Brooks is going to be added in, and as a linebacker, we are pretty stout on linebackers. I don't know if he's going to be able to make that team. No, he's not. Sorry, Derek, just collecting you up. That's a good thing to have, maybe. If we get a few of your limiteds, maybe we can target that ultimate. And one more corner into the base players from the Raiders. That's Series 4. That's why he's not there. We gotta go down and find Series 5. And kind of feel weird about Oakland now. I kind of feel like that team doesn't belong in Oakland. Vegas did hijack him, and there are a few weird things in this game, coming out of the weird hijackingness of teams throughout the years. The Browns are always the Browns, but the Baltimore went to Indianapolis, and that's different than the other Baltimore. And so sometimes these franchises get a little weird, moving back and forth. St. Louis, L.A., 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 St. Louis, L.A. But I kind of like it at Oakland. In my mind, that we're going to keep them in Oakland for the time being, but I'm sure I'm going to eventually have to change all those Oaks over to LVs. That's weird. It's just weird. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Another 3 games down. This concludes another episode of DT Storts. Thank you. This has been a Dizzor Twizzle production. Please subscribe, like, comment. All of the wonderful social media information is down below in the description. Have a nice evening.